Kay grew up, at least we first started life in Crestwood Manor on Neal Street.
We grew up very close. Our parents insisted that we go to Sunday school and then church, which I think just really set a precedence for who we both became.
I had really taught Kay how to crawl, and I don't know why she had so much influence with Kay, but she did. She taught Kay how to crawl, how to walk, and all that stuff. In other words, she thought she was a little mama.
Both parents in the house. Dad was a very strong man, worked hard, goal setting. He was, he did very well. I think her father had a plan in life, worked his plan very well, and I think that has left a major fingerprint on Elder.
I thought that Kay was proactive in school. As a matter of fact, that she was in high school at Crestwood High School. They integrated, so she had to go to Indian River High School in the second year. And she went over there and fell by in, and it was very popular over there.
I had become the first black cheerleader at Indian River, and Crestwood was allowed to select a couple of Crestwood cheerleaders to join the Indian River squad. And so that way we ended up on the same cheering squad. And that's when we really got to know each other.
We worked on that thing. In my front yard, we worked on, there was there used to be grass there, and the ground was bare because she worked on that split and until the grass went away. I remember being in the bleachers, and when she did her first cartwheel and split, I remember jumping up, and I was her biggest cheerleader, and that was we celebrated it.
Her dad, when he died, he was so proud of her, so proud. Both of them, as a matter of fact, he always say, my two daughters,
Absolutely. You can go all the way down the road. I ain't been down here. And so actually this is the route I took to walk to my elementary school. We come across the high school, come across through here, and turn right down here. Because it used to be a little path right through here. See, right through there, we used to walk through there to get to the other side. We walking between the houses rather than walking through the street. It was a little shortcut we'd take. The city of Chesapeake has taken it and made it something else, but this used to be the elementary school. Well, it wasn't even that building, because where the fence and all that is, all that was the school. So they've torn it down and built that. You can see this is where you catch the bus in the afternoon, and where we came out, and where it was this gang of girls that was going, woo, beat me up. They came out one door, we came out the other, and the crowd was following them, and it was gonna be the rumble in the thriller in Manila. So even though we were scared, we knew we still had to go out there and just pray they didn't kill us. Or pray somebody would break it up before they beat us up too bad. But right before the fight started, when they were getting ready to jump on us, two guys that forever became our best friends jumped in and said, them girls ain't did nothing to y'all. Y'all need to just leave them alone. Daryl Richardson, yep, that's him right there. Right there. He saved my life that day.
Kay wrote a little note and put it in my head and said, when I graduate from high school, I'm getting out of here, I'm not coming back. It was easy for her to apply herself to different things and everything. She ended up doing a whole lot of things.
She was living away when LJ was born. It wasn't just about her after that. When he was born, she made sure that everything that happened, she counted him a part of it.
We saw each other every day. And most of those days we would see LJ, although at that point he was a 3 or 4 year old.
Typical kid, man, just going outside, playing every day. Mama always made you do your homework, Even if I ain't had no homework, I'd tell her I had homework, because if I didn't have homework, she was gonna give me some work to do.
When I met her, she was probably in her early 30s, right at 30-ish. They put in 6 new houses. The people were generally the same age because the real estate agent wanted to make sure that the kids had someone to play with.
We always knew that at some point she would become independent. And so her opening up her own business was to us just a normal thing. It just was bound to happen at some point.
At that time, she was trying to assemble a summer seminar series for financial professionals. She had an organizing meeting, and I was the only person that showed up. And once we talked, she said, well, what are you gonna do? I said, well, I'm gonna work out of my house for a couple of months, and then I'll find some space and open up my practice there. And she said, well, I got some space, let's talk. And so she became my first landlord. This is a picture of December 1990. This is the office Christmas party that Elder Val and I hosted. This is the spring of '91, because in this picture you have Connie, Cherise, Elder Val, and a young LJ and her intern.
And you know, but she had one white lady, a girl working under her and everything.
They drove up to the credit union. The person that they were going to meet walked up to the white lady and said, "Hi, I saw you coming out. You must be Valerie Brown." And her staffer, who's Paula Reniger at that time, said, "No, she's Valerie Brown."
There are a couple of different versions about how Kim and Kay met.
I remember, as if it was yesterday, I remember the day she met him.
She saw him at a jewelry store, and she came back and she was talking about this guy that she had seen.
I remember how excited she was, but I also remember there were some circumstances that made it an interesting story.
And we invited him to Newark Grove, and that's how they met. He was in the pulpit, and when he saw Kay, he admired her just as much as she had admired him in the jewelry store.
She and Kim, Bishop Brown, really made for each other because he relies on her as much as she relies on him.
It was not a hard decision for Elder to shut her business down and come be a part of the ministry.
Her passion for the finances and all that was able to play out because that's what she did in the ministry.
And what many people don't know is for the first several years, Elder worked for free. She didn't get paid. So it was probably harder for me to see her shut her business down because truth be told, I like being able to say that's my wife's office.
And there were times that she would be in the study, she would cook dinner, be in the study doing her work as she's cooking dinner and then trying to check me and LJ's work while still cooking dinner and doing her own school work.
It's a lot of gray areas in our family when it comes to boss, pastor, and just the family mother-son relationship.
It's really hard when you're at home because it's easy to get so caught up in talking about things at church.
Me and Elder used to have this thing called man, and it was just, man was a time where I could just talk to Elder and she wasn't my mom. It just made me to feel comfortable, you know, talking to her and telling her certain things.
I probably get in trouble for saying this, but, you know, I think that as their children, there's a different expectation on us than they may have of other staff members, just because we are family.
Wasn't there a dog? I think it was at this corner. That's right. That's what I was saying, right? And y'all used to tease the dog too, because I remember one day I caught y'all teasing the dog. I said that dog gonna get out and catch y'all one day, and he did get out. And that's when LJ coined the phrase, "You ain't had to be the fastest, just don't be the slowest." Yeah, I think he nipped you. He nipped you. Yeah, he got you. It was great growing up in this neighborhood. It was nice. It was safe. You could walk the street at nights and nobody bothered you, and everybody knew everybody because we all went to the same church. We all went to the same elementary, junior high, and high school. The teachers that taught in the schools lived in the neighborhood, so they knew your parents. So if you were behind, they would make you stay behind and they would help you, and it wasn't an issue with coming home late because you walked. So, you know, those were the... And Granddaddy was the mailman, so my dad was the mailman, and he delivered the mail to everybody. So everybody knew me, everybody knew us, and it was just great. It's great.
The Indian River, I know it don't look the same as when I came, so I know it don't look the same as when you were here.
No, they've added on to it a lot.
Yeah.
You was
Yeah.
you was bad.
Yeah, I was on the homecoming court. I know you know these people. There I am, but who is that? Do you know who that is? Eileen and Francine. So it's Judge O's and then Dr.
It does kind of look
O's.
like them.
Yeah, that's them. We were all cheering together, so that's why I call her my bestie.
Look at that fro. Oh my goodness.
That's a nice fro.
Most
You know
popular?
that is nice.
That is.
Yeah, that thing was shaped up nice.
You were most popular.
I was
with.
most popular in my senior class, along with Eugene Saunders. And of course, I was an honor graduate. I graduated number 9 out of a class of 387. I was the number 1 black graduate, and my average was 3.7418. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So I would say her greatest impact on the body of Christ would be her ability to lead from the second chair. You know, people always say that Bishop is such a big giver, but Elder really is the driving force behind that. There'll be times she asks me to go in the room and cut a check to somebody, and she'll tell me the amount, and I'm like, what? Like, Mom. But I mean, that's just really her heart.
When God says something to her and she settled it, she can run after it without regret. She doesn't move looking over her shoulder, asking questions, what if, and what could it have become?
Elder definitely is a driving force behind him, to keep pushing him, keep pushing him out, keep pushing my family.
I think the thing that motivates her in life is the new challenge.
There are very few people that I can honestly say I've never heard anything bad about. She's one of them.
Some of the favorite traits about her is the fact that she's very direct. She's gonna tell you like it is. She ain't gonna cut no corners, no chasers. And she's doing it out of love.
She know how to get you in line, when you acting up. She know how to tighten you up.
She embraces best practices wherever they come from. She will go out there and visit them and study that and then bring it back.
I think she really gets motivated by seeing the impact of her leadership in the lives of other people.
I've watched my mom for years, just open her Bible in the morning. I mean, she takes reading her Bible seriously, and that has inspired me.
She's tough. Don't get me wrong. She's tough. She's strong. She portrays an image of steelness, I guess. I'm going to use that word. But there's marshmallows underneath. And so that's the whole person. And she really has a heart of gold.
What's your favorite thing to do at my mom's house?
Pet the dogs.
How many dogs you
3.
got?
Bentley and Aston and Cam.
We had both did something. She thought Elder was gonna whoop me. Kimberly says, I got a belt. Here you go, Mommy. I got a belt. Elder took the belt and bent Kimberly over and told Kimberly hind parts up.
He never got a whooping that night, so Mom, you owe him one.
She's an avid card player, obviously. She doesn't win as often now as she used to win.
Because she scrubs my hair the best. And wash my hair. And I love her to take me in my bathtub too. And I love her to go inside and eat oatmeal with me and pet the dogs too.